Thank you for tuning in to Beacon Marketing's Weekly 5 things you need to know about marketing this week. My name is Roger Gallegos. I'm the founder and CEO of Beacon Marketing. This week I'm going to be continuing my series on focusing on the needs of your customer by actually discussing how through your marketing efforts you can focus on the needs of your customers directly. So as I discussed last week, this series is all about putting your customers front and center of your marketing. It is so easy through the natural day-to-day grind of your life, through the natural day-to-day grind of your business, to forget that the reason you're doing all this stuff is for your clients. If it's not for your clients, you would not have much of a business. So to really have your marketing efforts make an impact and have success in the long run or over the long term, you need to make it all about them. You need to focus on their needs. So in this video, that's exactly what we're going to be doing. So without further ado, let's just jump right into it. The first thing you need to do, and this is probably the most important aspect of this, is you need to listen to your customers. Give them the opportunity to share what they're experiencing and how they feel. This could be through surveys that you send after a purchase. This could be just regular surveys as you go through. This could be asking them at the register if you have a place that has people come into your restaurant or to your place of business, asking them directly. There's any number of ways that you could get input from your customers. The whole point of what makes it important, though, is you need to ask for it. You need to go out there and get their input, because if you are able to do that, then you can do the next part of this. First thing is act on that. So if you see customers saying something, complaining about something, or expressing concern, you can act to alleviate that, or at the very least communicate why certain things have to be done, especially if it's like a regulatory issue that you have no power over. You can educate them so they understand that it's not you, it's something that you have to follow. Those things are so important. So the first step to making sure that you are focused on the needs of your customer is just listen to them. Make sure you have that open line of communication so they know to come to you. The second thing is empower your staff. What I mean by this is you need to allow your staff to raise concerns or address potential customer issues on their own. A lot of times what I see from places that struggle with customer service or have unhappy customers is that there's a bottleneck at the very top, whether it's at the owner level or the manager level, with how they deal with customers or customers' issues, to where maybe a frontline employee may notice something, but before they do anything, they have to run it by a manager. Maybe the manager doesn't have time, so that issue gets ignored or put aside and then totally forgotten. So something happened and it just the problem exasperates into something that was once manageable but is now much larger. So empower your employees and your staff that if they see something, act on it. And and I learned this from a manager long ago, if you empower them and they make a mistake, don't grill them, but show them why they made that mistake and teach them how to do it better the next time. Because if you do that, then you're just much better off in the future, rather than just having someone feel that they're powerless and that things are just going to go wrong. So empower your staff to make a correction or address an issue when they see it, or potentially raise a concern with you, so you can have that issue corrected. And that really feeds into number 3, which is encourage communication. And this is not just with you, so you don't want your staff just communicating with you, but if you have different teams or different departments, make sure they communicate with each other. So if you have a sales team, make sure the sales team communicates with your production or your fulfillment team. So when the sales team makes a sale, they are able to communicate, this is what the client is looking for. This is the exact thing that we promised them. I know it's different from what we do, but this is what they're looking at. I've personally experienced where a sales team made a sale. I go to do something on the fulfillment side, and I end up doing something that the client wasn't expecting, and they're like, oh, sorry, we miscommunicated. This is the wrong thing. Well, internally that can be easily forgiven and moved on. In the client's eyes, you just made their life harder when they hired you to make their life easier. So make communication part of your culture, encourage it amongst your management team, may encourage it amongst the employees, and encourage it amongst the different departments and teams. That way everyone is on the same page and they're working together towards the same goal, which is happy customers that will continue coming back, because that's really the name of the game. So encourage communication. Fourth is analyze your data. This is kind of goes back to that first one that I alluded to. If you see something in the data, if you see something with a survey that you do, or if you just see numbers in terms of sales or whatever, and they're telling you a story, if you see people unhappy or you see sales dipping, don't just say this we're a down period. Look into it and see and try to understand why. See what the numbers tell you and what the story that they may be trying to tell you, and act upon that. If you feel that there's something wrong with your customer outreach, fix it. A lot of times you know this intuitively. Don't ignore those feelings. And again, go back to the idea of communication and empowering your team. Talk to them. See what they're seeing on the front line. See if that matches up with the data, because chances are that if you've seen something in the data and you're feeling something internally, if you ask your employees, they've probably seen something. So you're going to be able to verify on 3 different levels that something's not working. Somewhere along the line you have to fix it, and if you do that early enough, you can fix the problem, then customers are happy. And this also works vice versa. It could be that you're doing something really well, people are happy, and then you're like, you know what, let's keep doing this, and let's find ways that we could do it in other aspects of our business so you can continue improving that way. So analyzing the data and studying the data is not just for making corrections, but it's also for keeping things going and learning the positives that's going on in your business. So analyze your data, the fourth part. The fifth, and this again is a little bit of what we've been talking about, always look to improve. Never ever settle. Your customers have other options. There's always going to be a competitor. The way that I like to look at it is, the second you stop competing, the second you stop trying to get better, your competitors have a leg ahead of you, because they're looking to compete. They're looking to improve. So the second you have that mindset of, we don't have to improve, or we're going to lay off the pedal for a little bit, sadly to say, your competitors are always going to move forward. Your job as a business owner, as a business manager, or whatever your role is to position your company for success. And it's a continuing thing. It does not end. That's part of the charm and the drawback of being a business owner or being an entrepreneur, is that it really never ends. You always have to find ways to stay on top and stay ahead. So always look to improve. This is not just for customer side, but for pretty much anything in general. In particular the customer, the second you stop trying to improve how you serve your customer, you're going to fall behind in the race to make customers happy, because your customers have other options, and if you fail to live up to your end of the deal, they'll go elsewhere, and trust me, that will happen. So let's do a short recap. On how you can address the needs of your customers, or make the needs of your customers the focal point of your marketing efforts. 1, listen to your customers. 2, empower your staff. 3, encourage communication amongst your team, managers, and through your entire organization. 4, analyze your data, see where you can improve. 5, continue improving. Always look to improve, never settle. So that's it for this week's Beacon 5 things you need to know about marketing. Let me know what you think about this. What are little things? Tell me, share one trick that you're doing to improve your customers' relations. How are you making your customers the center of your business and the center of your marketing efforts? I would love to hear it. As always, please like, comment, share, all that fun stuff. Subscribe especially. In the description below, Roger Gallego, Beacon Marketing, Beacon Marketing's Weekly 5 things you need to know about marketing. Stay tuned next week, where we talk about customer experience and why it is so important with regard to marketing your business. Once again, thank you so much for viewing. I look forward to seeing you next week. Talk to you later. Bye.